Okay. Now we're picking up right where we left off. Oh. We're gonna do one of these raids, just one. Just the one. Alright. Let's hope for a good one. Really? I think I'm kind of already here. I think. Why am I getting such bad lag right now? I'm not a huge fan of this. What was that, Kiki? Oh, fart. Nope, I don't know which one I used. Is it... It's Violet, right? That's right. Alright. Couple things I would like to get. Some good ammo. Ripstock, I mean, that's like par for the course. The MK, so I don't really need to pick that up, I don't think. I think ooh. I was gonna say, I think BS is pretty good. Okay, that's good. Let's get this on the road. Okay. That's gotta be a gun. None that I want. That in my stock? Or what the heck is going on? I remember a chair being here. Yeah, I'll get that. O scope. Badge. 3, 6, 9, 12. 3, 6, 9, 12. It just replaces it. Nope, not worth it. Okay, now this one's the red one, right? Boom. Boom. Ammo. SSAP. RIP. I don't know if any of this is good. I know that's alright. Nope, I don't want RIP. I don't want RIP. I'm willing to bet some of you are probably screaming at me because apparently RIP is probably better than I know, but I'm gonna hold on to it. There's no ammo in there. It's very sticky right now. What is this? Alright, let's look at this. That, no thanks. So we don't like TACX. Not for me. Honestly, this was a waste. It's very laggy, guys. I don't know why. Because these are always local and I don't really have this much of an issue anyways, but... I feel like I just heard someone... Another gun. Nope. Yeah, there's a problem here. Setting changed or something's going on. But at least we're here. We're gonna go straight to the back room. I don't remember what we need. Is it the res unit? Nope. Yellow. Nope. Black? Black. Good, I got plenty of black. Whoa. Money, money. There it is. Looks like the binder ring. Teapot. Nothing. Bitcoin. Sass. We're gonna put the Bitcoin in here. Alright, now, I don't remember what, is this black as well? Yep, okay, so 2 blacks. Holy crap, guys. I got 3 Bitcoins from this. And another cardinal. Can we not stack them? Oh my gosh, cannot stack. Can I put them in here? Okay, we can put them in there. Even if we die, we're coming out rich. Is there any more? None that I can see. I think we are golden. Let's get the heck out of here. I don't know if I'll bother with that. Maybe, oh, yep, see, glad I did. Awful lag, guys. Awful lag. I don't know what the deal is. I'm talking about FPS lag, not... Maybe it is servers. But I left this running on the choose character screen for like 2 hours. So I don't know if there's like a memory leak on the screen or... what, but this is not normal. Here. Use the key. Now, last time I did this, I pushed the button and it called forth a ton of raiders, but that might have just been bad luck. Maybe now that won't matter. See, there was a butt. Ooh, what the? See, I'm lagging. Hold on, guys. Hold on. This is bad. Alright, I gotta do something. Just to see. Hopefully they don't come, and hopefully I don't crash. Go back to borderless, please. That might have not fixed it. Oh well. Let's just leave. We're gonna go the other way. This is one of the rooms. Is it green? Yes, sir, it was. Alright, let's see if we can hurry up and loot this junk. Golden star, that's good. Adrenaline, I need that for a quest, I think. Ooh. Sure, I'll take that. I will take all of these. Ooh, what the? Drop that, give me this. Hecate. I don't need that. Alright, let's get the rest of these stems. There's gonna be a lot in here, I think. Sure enough. Get a green key card. You are pretty much guaranteed. The biggest problem here is that I'm not gonna have a bag big enough for all of this. So there's one, there's two. Okay, I don't need that. Alright guys, I got all my stems back. I'm sure I'm missing a little bit less than I had last time. Mule, heck yeah. It's dropped. We don't really need that or the 5, 6. So we have enough room for 2 more. 1. Bye, Kiki. Old turd biscuit. Alright, let's get out of here. We made it with enough time. I could probably go check the other floor. Just enough. Let's see, this holds 8. It takes up 6 spots, so it'll clear up 2 slots, I guess. Yeah. Do that. Okay. Enough for that. And it has my favorite gun, so goodbye. Thought I had room in here. What the heck? Right now, it's all about getting my stems. I'm okay with it. The only reason I would consider opening up those med bags is for lead X's. Son of a freaking... I'm sitting here freaking like stomping like Hercules. hunting. Hoping for one more. Honestly, I don't really need Vaseline right now. We'll grab this for money. Alright, so that was a good labs run. It's unfortunate that we didn't get, like, if I had gotten attacked, I would have gotten a better rig probably, but I'm willing to bet there's going to be some people down in the freaking basement area. This is what I call a good run. Good. Good, 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 good. We done? They really not see me?
Внимание персонала. Лифты в секторе О вывели в строй.
Four, 8, 12, 16, 20. Okay, let's take this. Let's put all that in there and just grab it for that quest. Yep. The heck are you doing with that? Bro, you're not even using rip shoddy bullets? I think these are raiders. Deuces. Sorry, guys. There's a couple games that I was originally, considering to play. Excuse me. We're gonna put that scope up. Alright, we got crap loads of stems to offload here. And ammo. A couple more of those labs runs and I can maybe start working on an icebreaker. I'm already scared to death of doing that because I die by bosses so much and I've never fought Black Division. So I don't know what to expect. This is gonna be a good one. This is gonna be so good. Okay, trade that in for the quest. And then this. Squash. Hardly fired any bullets. Oh, fart. That's right. I had 3 of these. Guys, what the heck is this? Alright. Cardinal apartment key. It has to be a good key. Because it's in a lock safe behind 2 keys itself. Yeah, I only have wait, do I have another black? I have another black key card. So we're okay. Alright. First off, let's sell the stuff we can sell in the market. These have gone down in price. 245. Okay, and then we have drip out to turn in for his quest. Okay, that's done. Got money there. I don't think I can sell this. I can, 339. So let's see if it's worth it now. Dang, it's selling for less than. Sell, 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 sell. Look at that. 2.5 million because I got the 250 from the intelligence document. That is absolutely ridiculous, guys. I've actually got some decent money. I'm scared to go in another raid. Let me. You're gonna see a black screen whether you're watching back or you're live right now. You're gonna see a black screen for a minute while I reset, just because I don't know what that raid was about and why it was so choppy. But let's say what I was gonna say. I've been thinking about trying to pick a main game to establish myself in. And I think under normal circumstances, if I was interested in PvP on Tarkov specifically, I could probably turn that into something over time, assuming I got a lot better. But I don't really have that kind of time. I mean, I play Tarkov a lot right now, but that's it's still not enough to be like halfway decent at it. Um, and I just don't want to invest that much time into a PvP, hardcore PvP game where I could essentially play for 8 hours on a stream and make little to no progress or lose everything. That would just be so demoralizing. If I was better at it, I would definitely think that would be okay. But anyways, how did I clear these out? So I've been thinking about uh, where's my shoreline? I've been thinking about what game I want to main. You know, y'all can feel free to comment based on what I say, but I can stick with Tarkov PvE and see how the seasons go. Like they're apparently gonna have some PvE only events or updates or something like that. I know Prestige is coming, and with that, a PvE wipe is gonna happen. I think they said this is gonna be across the board for PvE, so everyone is going to have a wipe here in the next month or two. So that's a potential thing I could turn into a main game. It's easy to do that in PvE because you can actually progress, and you know you're watching me do that right now, anyways. Or I'm thinking about Black Desert. I've been playing that for a while, on and off. I like the game, but the drive to continue to play it and the draw is character development. But you know, I sat back today. I'm like, what am I actually developing my characters for? You know, I'm not running a guild. I'm part of one, and I don't really talk to them. Um, I used to run a lot of guilds when I was younger, but that's not my thing anymore. Uh, unless I had a community already established. So I don't know if that would be the good thing to do. I don't know how fun that would be to watch. I gotta imagine it wouldn't be fun to watch because you're literally watching me run around in circles, killing mobs and life skilling. Plus, I don't think the graphics, like I play on ultra mode. It looks great. It runs pretty good, but I don't know. They need to do something and smooth it out a little bit. It's a little rough around the edges. Then I was thinking about Dune Awakening. I played that when it first came out. I actually really like it, and they added PvE on the Deep Desert, and I started a new character a couple days ago. I haven't really logged in to see if my base is still there or not. But I was thinking about doing that. You know, I need, even if I play other games, I need a home game to come back to and a crowd of people who would be part of that same community. You know, I like extraction shooters, but I also don't have the drive to be good at those anymore. Um, Games like Enshrouded, um, was it Windrose, Subnautica 2, Stardew Valley, RimWorld, Project Zomboid, Factorio, Anna 117, Arc Ascended. You know, those are all fun games, but I don't like Arc Ascended. It's a heavy graphical game, and I don't see that being a good streaming game for me. Put a lot of stress on my PC. So a lot of those games I would consider doing it. Um, Not any of those would be main, but play those from time to time. But I was thinking like you gotta have a game that's got some staying power. You know, I'm looking through my list of games right now, and you know, a couple years ago, like 3 years ago, I'd have said I'll do First Descendant, but that game ended up petering out sort of, and kind of just stabilizing at a very low player count. So I don't know what good that would do for fostering a community per se. Battlefield 6 would be a good one. But I kind of haven't played that since late last year, and so I'm not up to date with like all the seasons. I don't really know how it works anymore, and I feel kind of like I'm behind. So if that's something I can catch up on, or you know, learn up really quick, you know, comment on the video and let me know what you think about that. Arc Raiders would have been one, but you know, and that's because it's a casual game. But that game got swarmed with cheaters and toxic community in both directions. If they add a PvE only mode, I'll probably go back to that. Otherwise, I don't see myself, you know, continuing with that. Like, what draws me into games is progression at my own pace and not having it tied to other people. So, you know, 15 years ago, or even longer than that, I'd have 100% said an MMO. Because I had a lot of time on my hands and I enjoyed games like that. At some point, it might have been Call of Duty. But Call of Duty kind of went down the crapper, to be honest. I mean, that's just the truth. Like, it's just not, doesn't have the same draw as it used to with me anymore because they made it, it lost some of its soul. And I don't know, you know, a lot of it went out the door when they did a bunch of the fast moving slides and wall jumps and double jumps or whatever it was they did, you know, the zipping left and right, like all of that stuff made it so quick that it took away the appeal of Call of Duty, which in my day was World War II. Like, that's just a fact. Like, you got Call of Duty because you wanted to see a reenactment of D-Day and the following of Easy Company and stuff like that. That was fun. It was historical. There was some dramatic historical lessons, like not one-to-one history, but it was close enough for when you're our age of like what, 10 or so, 7, I don't remember now. But you know, they did that, and then Vietnam was pretty nice. And then the first Modern Warfare ever, that game did it for me. That was the version of the game that I thought was one of the best. And then when they remastered it or came out with Modern Warfare again in like what, 2019, if they had just kept that, all the guns, all the maps, Verdansk, like, and not altered it so much. If they had just kept that style, the same everything, that would have been it for me. Loved that game. That was the best way to go. They just took it and just massacred it after that. So Call of Duty's out of the window. Excuse me, guys. I love RPGs. I was considering a Borderlands 4 run, but it seems like everybody's so down on it, right? Like, you read the forums and Reddit and internet, and reviews are typically mediocre with a lot of complaints. Sorry, guys. A lot of complaints on performance and end game apparently not being that great. I did beat it on my own. I didn't do too much of the content. I just went straight through the story. And I liked the story. The story to me was better than in 3. Gameplay was the same, which is fun, if not better. But the guns felt samey. Like, for a billion and one different parts, you know, you get to the combinations and it's like, yeah, you know, like, you're gonna find the same gun just with different perks on it, you know. And I guess that's cool and all, but the draw, when I was young and Borderlands 1 came out, the draw was the fact that there were legitimately weird combos of guns. And I don't know how to describe it. You can maybe call it nostalgia, because the first time you do something and it hooks you when it comes to a hobby or something you really enjoy, you know, obviously hobbies change over time, but oftentimes you ride the train of nostalgia for a longer time than you should. And I think Borderlands 1 was great. Number 2 was even better. I didn't like 3 until the end game. And I didn't even finish all of that. And number 4, I have all the DLC, but I've not done it. And if I thought more people were interested in 4, I'd 100% be playing that and theory crafting some builds. And I don't know if that's a thing anymore, but like I watched a couple of videos on the last update that just came out, and it's like everyone's like, I just wish it was this, and I just wish it was this, and you know, why would I want to throw myself into a community that's already beating itself up? You know? So I don't know. It's kind of one of those things. It's hard to pick. It's hard to pick because I personally love some stuff, but if I'm trying to get people to watch me in an audience, I kind of need to be doing things that other people like as well. Not just me, not other people by themselves, but just combined. So I'll throw out a list of games, and I guess I'll monitor if anyone comments on this. I am throwing this out there in the middle of a live stream, so I don't know, maybe people are going to go back and watch it and think to comment. So it very well may be that I just end up deciding before anybody else even gets a chance to comment. Um, so here's some games I'm going to throw out. I can stick with Tarkov PvE. No problem doing that, but I don't know what community there is for it. You know, with PvP, there's a community because you're running across people consistently, sharing the struggles. But with PvP, it's not necessarily like that, or PvE, I mean. So, anyways, I think there's going to be some, hopefully, crossing fingers, some good updates. But with Tarkov PvE, does feel like I'm a second-rate citizen. I mean, look at the seasonal stuff, right? Like, I got some battle pass stuff. I bought half of what I have now, but the seasonal rewards like these, I have to play seasonal PvP to do. I don't know why they couldn't have just added this for the PvE community and made it PvE only, so that I don't unlock it for PvP, but I get to play with it in PvE mode. That makes no sense, right? It makes no sense. So maybe they'll add this later. That would be nice, I guess. But it just seems silly to limit half or close to half. I think he said like 40% of people who play PvE. It seems like it's silly to limit what they're able to do. And I get you want to draw people into season, but I've played season, and you have seen, like, some of you can see it right here. Like, I'm level 15 on my seasonal character. You know, I got to market. It doesn't take long to get to 15 in season, but every time I play, I die to stupid stuff, and it's like 30 minutes in the raid went out the window for no reason, and then I gotta start back over. 30 minutes are gone again if I die again. You know, whereas in PvE, I have a better chance of surviving, or at least controlling the outcome of a fight. Whereas in PvP, I don't, and I have decent map knowledge. You know, I'm not saying I'm the best at it at all, but it's just frustrating when you have these different modes, and you say, all right, this is the only mode that gets access to the stuff. I get they do this in Path of Exile, but Path of Exile is not a PvP game inherently. In other words, I'm not loading into maps on Path of Exile and fighting other players and losing the gear that I loot if I die. So it's a good idea, but with the genre of game, I don't think the execution's that great. You know, you can say I'm complaining, I'm PvE Andy, you know, whatever you want to say about it. It doesn't really matter. The fact is, I paid for the game, you paid for the game. I put in my 1,000 hours into PvP long before PvE came out. How do I show you this? I don't know how to show you this. You can see my hours, right? 17 days account time. I don't know how that matches up with that, but I think that's just the character overall. Yeah. Maybe I go to my PV. I don't know if it'll show anything different over here. Let's see. It might be PvE hours. We'll see. Hold on. It's like 900. I don't know if it's gonna be any different. Let's see. Yeah, it's the same thing. It's the same amount of hours. So, but this 64 days, you know, you can kind of get the idea. I played a little bit longer in PvP. What the heck? This is cool. But I'm never going to. See, even the screen, like they're talking on the character screen in PvP, but they don't do that in PvE. At least I've not heard that. That's just, it's wild. So, you know. Anyways, I'm not going to play on that right now. Let's go back to that. So yeah, that's my gripe with the game and making a decision about what I should or shouldn't stream more consistently, I guess. Hold on, let me turn the thing. Apparently my voice is too loud, I don't know. So yeah, Tarkov PvE. And that, for me, is going to depend on what kind of events and updates they do for PvE. Because I need my carrot on the stick, too. Dune Awakening. I don't see that lasting forever. You know, this would be a good game to stream and see all the way through on something. So I would consider that for a time. Black Desert, and I may show you all my characters at some point. Let me do that now. I'm gonna put on some music and then I'll load it in Black Desert. Hold on. Give me a second. That way at least y'all hear some music while I'm chatting. Hold on a second, guys. It's gonna be black because I don't stream my whole screen. I stream only the app. Give me a second. Pull up Black Desert. Yeah, I'll show you all my characters and stuff. Just for funsies. Give me a second. I don't know how this is gonna work, if it's gonna switch over or if I have to create a new source. So hang tight. And it's gonna be widescreen, so I'm gonna have to edit that. Hopefully it shows up. I do not know if it's showing up yet. It doesn't show up in OBS. Okay. I don't know if I have to reset the screen either. Let me change music. Audio. Okay. Maybe I have to do my whole screen. I don't want to do that because I don't know what's. Game capture. Add new game. Capture specific window. Okay. I have it selected, but it's not popping in for some reason. I don't know why that is. So maybe streaming Black Desert is not a thing. Alright, well, I'm gonna cancel that out. Sorry, guys. It's weird. I wonder what other thing. I wonder if it's just something I have to like reset the stream to do. I have no idea. Okay, there it goes. It's going now. Alright, sorry, I was waiting for it to close. So I guess we'll put Black Desert in the running. I'm sure I'll be able to figure out why it's not working.
You can shop this
Let's see, what other games would I make a main game out of?
But ours has more finishes and
I'm just gonna throw First Ascendant in there. I still like the game. I don't know if it's something I'm gonna farm in indefinitely, but maybe occasionally I would throw it in. If not, let's go through my other games. Albion. I don't have a big account there, but I do have a good character with a good subscription. Lord of the Rings Online? How's that game doing? Oh, look at that later. I don't want to waste time. I have considered doing a Cyberpunk run through, but I'm gonna not lie, I don't know how the rules on streaming work with this game, since there's kind of like some R-rated junk in it. I did think about Dragon's Dogma, but that's not going to be a game you can play for the main game. You need an endless loop of content. Monster Hunter, maybe. Wilds is fun. I played a lot of Worlds. About 1,200 hours. Never got the Fatalis. Don't know about Wilds. Don't think I beat that. It didn't draw me in as much as World did, because World felt a lot more difficult. Wilds feels like I'm pulling up at an arcade and getting the opportunity to pull off some cool moves and kill a monster, but there's like no tracking. Whereas in World, I felt like I was tracking things, and I know like some people, like even a friend of mine, it used to be like, well, they got rid of that because it was pointless. At the end of the day, it didn't really matter, did it? I don't know. I don't see it that way, but he saw it that way. I thought about Throne and Liberty, but I feel like that game's gonna die the moment Aeon comes out. Ion or whatever. So I don't even know if that game's worth investing into anymore. I had a friend call me up and want to play this game when it first came out, and we actually played for 2 days and left. My play time in it is 20 hours. 2 days, more like a week. But yeah. Just going through a list of stuff in my inventory on Steam. Path of Exile I played for a while, but it's just not my kind of game anymore. The hype around it just died down for me. Let's see. Total War Warhammer 3 seems fun, but I don't know that that's a good game to like stream as a main game. At the end of the day, I'm gonna play what I want to play, but I don't want to play something and bore a bunch of people, you know? Especially when I'm not playing with groups of friends. fill the new one in there, 6 or whatever. What else? Yeah, that's it for now. You know, there's a lot of good games, or games that used to be good, are just not as good as they used to be. Like the people who had the original idea, developed the idea, and then let the idea die. World of Warcraft would be fun to get into. Maybe that's a possibility given if I got a character max level, then my dailies after like kids are down in the evenings to bed, I could have like 4 or 5 hours a night to do some WoW. But I don't know. I'm just so, I haven't played WoW remotely seriously since Mists of Pandaria. I came back briefly for each expansion and just never, like everyone I used to play with moved on. But the aesthetic, like I love the Night Elves. I love the environmental lore in the game. And the leveling is probably the best in any MMO. I don't know why, but clicking on those yellow exclamation marks and the question marks just make it so enjoyable. I couldn't tell you. I really couldn't tell you. Just, yeah, like to get anything that I want in that game, I have to like mythic raid, and that's just not gonna happen. It's just like I'm not gonna invest time into something that I'm 95% confident I'm never gonna really get involved in and accomplish what I want to accomplish. So, what else is there? There's a lot of games. I was looking at War Dogs, and I think War Dogs is 100% an opportunity, but to some extent, I almost feel like it's a watered down battlefield.
Did I die to
You know? That's how it feels to me. I'm not saying it is. I don't know. But I don't want to pay $40 to try out the beta because they're not giving out beta keys anymore. Like I just checked a minute ago. I signed up for the beta and the play test or whatever, and it says they're not handing out any more play tests to people who didn't buy the beta, the pre-purchase or whatever. So, which I get that, you know, they might select a couple here and there, they said, but that's it. I like the odds of me getting in before Monday is rare. Like maybe I can get it tomorrow and I'll be able to play it. But I don't know. This is one of those games where I gotta test it to see if it's even worth getting involved in. But like I'm looking through Twitch, right? Like the top games, Dota, War Dogs is now there right now. Overwatch, Grand Theft Auto Online, League of Legends, Fortnite, Valorant. I don't play any of those. I have in the past, but I don't right now. World of Warcraft is there. I'm sure that's fun for some people to watch. But I know with WoW, if I got into WoW, I don't know that I'm getting back out of it super easy. I don't know that my audience would let me out of that without losing substantial subscribers. Um, I do play Project Zomboid, but I don't see that as a main game. It's not, I like it, I just don't like it that much to do stuff with it like that. My two games, Tarkov and Black Desert, are up there, top 20 or so. Where's Battlefield? Is that not up here? Battlefield die off? I mean, it fell off a little bit for streaming. It's interesting. Yeah, I mean, oh, First Descendants up doing a little better than it has been. Looks like it's because they just had an update with a new character. Yeah, honestly, gut instinct says potentially War Dogs, Tarkov PvE, Black Desert. And then throw in those other games. I will 100% stream Enshrouded when 1.0 comes out in October. Hopefully the game runs better and they do some performance passes on it, because it's going to console at some point, so you can't sit here and have a game like this perform badly. I'll probably stream Dune Awakening. We might test that out tomorrow and just see how things go. They came out with a massive update for the water stuff, whatever that is. What is it called? Let's see. Water Wars, that's it. Another polar cap map coming out. Sorry, I'm reading this stuff. Okay, they still have a lot of content in the works, which is wild. I'm gonna assume the game's still doing pretty good, or at least it's doing good enough. And when this comes out on consoles, they're gonna make a killing, because it'll come with the single player mode that everyone really wants. Water Wars contains 52 build pieces, decorations 18 pieces, steel suit, light armor, heavy armor variant, weapon variant, Scout Ornithopter variant. Swatch. 2 emotes.
When morning comes, I still know what this became. There's lies between us in the dark. No broken lines, no missing parts.
I don't know. Dune Awakening might be something I float back into. That looks kind of up to my speed. Yeah, I think that's it for now. I'll mess around with stuff and come back to you in a couple days or so with an idea.